This. I look back and I realize I have given my life over to this. This one feeling. A love, obsession, call it what you will. This simple dance of give and take with gravity. That feeling as a little kid where the only thing that exists is the very moment. No future, no past. But I didn't write this world. Like many, I just caught the feeling and never let it go. It started with a wooden plank, paddled into a wave, and lit the soul of a culture. Even where no waves existed, the feeling took hold. It leapt across continents, inspiring ever new means to catch it. A progression on the water, inspiring an equal charge on land. A call and response driving the generations forward. All this in an endless pursuit of a feeling that is hard to describe. I call it the glide. First time I felt it, I was 8. I stood on a snowboard, and I never looked back. All my traditional sports went away. I had a new compass, led by that feeling. Then 2 riders, 2 rides that refined my trajectory forever. Tom Curran's first wave at J Bay. Free-flowing, loose but precise, timeless and simple. And Craig Kelly's all-encompassing masterpiece, and Greg Stump's P-Tex lice and duct tape. Embodied everything I ever dreamed of doing on a snowboard into a single line. I watched those guys and I knew that's what I want to do. The goal was, and still is, just to ride, to find new lines, new frontiers, new feelings. Surfing has always been part of my life. Its influence, undeniable. My relationship to glide is more literal out here. I can't rely on gravity to get me to my next turn. However, I wanted more. I wasn't just interested in surfing's influence. I wanted to translate that free friction glide on water to my snowboarding. The question was always, how? I met Chris around a campfire at the beach. You could say the gods were smiling that night. For years, I dreamed of a board that felt on snow the way the right shape feels on water. Turns out Chris was the guy who could help build that board.
That's one thing that Jeremy and I really connected with, is I always felt like there's so many designs I could use on my surfboards that would work in good, proper powder, because it's, at the end of the day, it's all hydrodynamics.
Chris opened my eyes to the past. Explain where the curves he uses come from Skip.
In the mid-90s, my favorite shaper was Skip Fry, who was one of my main mentors in my shaping career. He was all about his own style, trim and glide, and keeping it simple. I've never seen anyone so passionate and dialed in about their craft, and they actually live it too. I think it's important with any craft or passion to separate yourself from what's expected or the norm. And when I come up in the Sierras, I actually find most of my creativity comes from here, and I've done some of my best work out of the Sierras. Skiing in the mountains has always been a good escape for me. Jeremy contacted me and said he had these pieces of wood that had some curves in them, and he wanted to see if I could shape a paddle surfer with some of the elements that were in my surfboard designs. And we went at it. If you added a little width and more side cut, just like what we're doing with surfboards, it's going to loosen that volume. Right? We literally, like, I'd draw one, I cut it out, clean it up, and we lay it down, and yeah, it looks right. And then Jeremy's like, I think the nose needs to come back a little more. Draw another one and another one. We probably went through about 8 or 9 different shapes, and then it was literally like on the ground looking back at it, and like no measuring, no nothing, like that's the one.
Fucking nailed it! Fucking nailed it!
Wow. This is unbelievable.
So how I designed that mold is I took a fish blank on this, shaped the whole bottom, then we glassed like 16 layers of 6 ounce, and then when it dried, I dug all the foam out, and then that was a mold for that.
Man, I like this.
Oh my gosh. That curve is like it's perfect. It's like a beautiful, perfect curve. It's really nice.
This thing is insane. Oh my goodness.
What do you see, Skip?
It just looks like it wants to go somewhere.
My work with Chris has taken it all to a new level. I felt it immediately. Less friction, freer, faster, more options, taking me to places I couldn't get to before. 30 years later, the love is stronger than ever. My dance is simpler now. My needs are fewer. So to ride always, and to keep the lessons from my elders and teachers close.
Ponce de Leon sailed around trying to find the fountain of youth. All he had to do was jump over the side. And that's what glide is. It's kind of like a pelican or something. It's just like utilizing the wave and gliding along.
It is a motion repeated over and over thousands of times. Refined and reborn, always evolving, always changing.
You want something that's going to make sure that you're getting all the tube rides, making the sections, getting a turn where you want to. You're not even really thinking about your board, you're just surfing.
Let the board do the work. You don't have to do the work. Let the board and the mountain do the work, and then everything else will just follow.
Especially a long wall, if you get right in the top of it, you can get going so fast. I mean, you just go whoop, and you just go hyperspacing,
My chest leads the effort. I let it fall effortlessly to the inside as my hips rotate and my back arm stretches out. Gravity pulls me into the heart of the turn. My body brushes the snow. My board loads up with a force, causing it to bend slightly. I hold the energy, let it grab me, and then use it to project me into the next turn. No wasted movement, no wasted energy. Started out, there was no such thing as a pro snowboarder. Parents and teachers told me it was a dead-end street. But my heart led the way. And staying true to one's heart is a weakness I can accept. It's a funny thing. Riding still gives me that same feeling I had when I was 8. But it means so much more now. It is my heartbeat. It gives me perspective, it grounds me, and allows me to fly all at once. Guiding my kids, I often tell them, find what makes you happy and do it often. The world will be a better place for it.